This video is going to kind of document a bit about what I do and give you a picture into what I do. And here I'm just leaving camera 8, heading down the trail to see where this goes and to find out what's happening at the end. So enjoy, and as you take a look at as I go down the hiking trails and game trails, checking my SD cards. So this is March 24, 2018. I have a camera which I call camera 8, which I've noticed past several months. I have bulls coming up through there and some other elk, cows too. I always wondered where it goes to. Of course, I'm out looking for antler sheds, and I decided today one of my priorities was to see where that trail goes and to see if I can find any antlers. So come to find out, as I looked up to my right, it looked like that was the Arizona Trail. So I looked on my GPS, and sure enough, that's the case. So I'm going to just cut across here and see if I can get to the trail. But this is kind of a hangout. This is not quite sure. There seems to be some feeding on the other side of this little wash here. This looks kind of like what would be a bedding area. It looks like they hang out too, because there's some antler rubs around. I'm curious why they take that hard trail up when they could just use the Arizona Trail right here and just go up that path. But elk go everywhere. I mean, there's definitely a purpose to the main trails. Otherwise, when they're feeding and browsing, see, here's an example of an elk antler rub from last fall. But yeah, it appears here's where some bulls will hang out, then they'll go up that trail. So kind of got an answer to my question, where it leads to. Not necessarily why, but I'm going to cut across this stuff and see if I can get to that trail. And I thought I would get my card on camera 8 on my way back up the trail, but since I'm so close to the Arizona Trail, I'm just going to head out to the rest of my cameras and pick it up on the way back. So here goes. So headed out to camera 9 and 5. It's just a beautiful morning out here. All kinds of little trails in through here in this down timber. Okay, looks like I found the main trail again here. And I just sidestepped going across a big log. Thought I had sprained my ankle for sure. Well, I did strain it, but I'm still walking, so I'm glad for a strong ankle. It could have been bad. But I've done that before several years ago. And that time I didn't think I was going to get up, but it took about 10 minutes and I was up and finished the hike from the top of Superstition Mountain. Well, okay, here I am to get to my other cameras. Here we have a robin. That's certainly a sign of spring. He's got a little grub there. So I'm about a mile into my hike this morning, just looking around at this scenery. Sometimes you can see elk on the side of that mountain if they've stayed out late, but there's nothing there today. So I'm going to be approaching camera 9 and 5 here shortly in the next quarter mile or so, and then we're going to see what's on there. But this started out about 34 degrees this morning, but it surely doesn't take long to warm up. I already took my light jacket off, and I'll be taking another hiking shirt off here shortly. So let's see what's on camera 9 and 5. So I'm just coming close to camera number 9. I just realized I had moved it. This is the second time I've moved it closer to where I've seen Coues deer go across. So kind of interesting to see what has happened, and don't expect anything new, but I expect maybe a closer shot. So okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, well, so much for camera number 9 and 5. Some bobcat, or squirrels, coyote, and a nice white-tailed deer, buck, Coues. It's a Coues deer, whitetail. So he appears to hang around this area. I've seen him before. So I will head on back to the trail here and head for my next camera. A camera which I have got some nice mountain lion and bobcat video. Okay. Here I am returning from the far end of my camera locations, and here is a popular spot for mountain lions. Here's a squirrel, and up ahead we're going to see the last mountain lion that I got. He's coming there on the lower portion, right hand portion of the screen, and then he comes up across. You see him there. So that is about the 5th mountain lion in that location. Okay, so a lot of hikers, but I did get a mountain lion, and this was a new mountain lion. I've never seen this one before. I'm pretty sure it was a little bit darker, and it looked a little bigger. So it was probably a big tom. The other lone mountain lion I had seen was what I figured was just a young male or female. Couldn't tell. So it was nice to see this big mountain lion. It's a bit obscured by the rocks in front of the trail, but it's always good to get a sighting like that. Well, I hope to catch him some more on some of my other cameras that I have to check yet. So that was good. So just came away from camera number 6, and I had moved it up for more of a downward shot. Some frisky rabbits, it must be their mating season, running around chasing each other, which I don't hardly ever see. And then of course a couple of bobcats, probably the same one several times. And I think a coyote, but that was about it there. So that's one of those places that gives me some good video at times. But you just have to be patient and let the animals come to you, and that will happen. They're 24/7. Well, I do suspect there's times that it doesn't catch all the animals. Not sure about that last mountain lion, why it didn't catch it quicker. My only sense is that it jumped in from the side, like jumped off of a big rock, jumped down into the trail and up, and with a half a second response time, that's about all it takes to get into the middle of the frame. And then of course I got 2 or 3 seconds of video. But it was exciting. So here we find ourselves in camera number 6 location, which is a little bit faulty, but you have the regular bobcat going through, of course the elk just ahead of this bobcat. There's a bobcat just sitting in front of the camera, and I find that they're doing this occasionally in front of my camera. It's interesting to see them just waiting for things. There's a deer moving through. There's all these deer, elk, everything moving through there. There's a gray fox. I did move this camera up then, and you'll notice that in the next few videos. I kind of pointed it down to get more of a downward sight there. It looks like maybe it was snowing there a little bit. Here's a bobcat again. And you'll notice these rabbits were chasing each other around. I think they're getting ready to mate here. And they had a few attempts. I think they were failed, but so that was interesting. I guess they can be lucky there's no bobcat there. Here's a camera number 8 location. Nothing much going on except a deer and a gray fox. The deer was fairly tentative, doing that tap dance kind of leaving. This is one of my favorite water holes. Of course, there's no water in it at this time, but I still have a camera there just to monitor, because things are constantly coming in, checking out this hole, but not near as much as when there's water in. Here's a lone cow coming in, for example. It appears they chew on the mud sometimes, just maybe to get some minerals. Of course, I've dropped salt here on the edge at times, but when I do that, I get so many. So I have to stop that.